Now on CoastTV News.
Electric bills rising on Delmarva. How the weather is impacting your wallet. Toll scams to ticket scams. How to stay safe and save your money. Fenwick Island, listen up, quiet down. New noise regulations discussed.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
High energy fees taking even more out of one Delmarva Power customer's pocket. Good evening, I'm Brandon Ferguson and welcome to CoastTV News at 11. Tonight we begin with a man who was the victim of a high-costing energy bill. On your screen now is one Ocean View local who was the victim of those high energy fees due to the spike in costs for Delmarva Power customers. These high fees have grown to be a big issue, and there's even a Facebook group for people who are dealing with similar issues. CoastTV News reporter Brendan Conroy is in our newsroom. Brendan, you sat down with one gentleman who was affected by these high energy bills.
Brandon, I had the chance to sit down with Chris Connolly earlier. He is someone who's been a victim of these high bill fees. And for Chris, life hasn't been too easy. He's been struggling to keep all of these bills in line. Bills on top of bills.
This is in November, December.
All costing way too much.
We need reliable energy to bring our energy bills down.
That's the harsh reality for Delmarva Power user Chris Connolly.
I can't afford to run this thing. I mean, it's crazy, you know, when you think about, you know, the luxuries of just being able to turn on warm water.
The 53-year-old Delmarva Power customer lives in Ocean View and uses a normal amount of energy each month. But in the last few months, Chris and other customers alike have experienced a hike in their energy bill costs. For Chris, he saw a jump of over $100 in the past year. His bill last February was $448.72. His bill this February, $587.22. He says he feels left in the dark as to why.
You look at the graph, you see that your usage skyrocketed January 1st and February, and yet you look at the previous month and last year's February bill was 4 degrees difference for the entire month. So where is this, oh, it's so cold this year coming from? Because last year was only 4 degrees difference.
Delmarva Power released a statement on all of this, stating they are committed to addressing the concern of their customers and connecting customers with resources to help manage their winter energy bills. Usually when you get home from work, you're going to turn on the TV, all of the lights, or anything that isn't already on. But for Chris and Nicole, when they get home, this is how they're living. Chris says he is trying to save money where he can.
When I get up in the morning to do my routine, I don't turn on the light, I sit in the dark.
Delmarva Power says they are trying to help customers like Chris by suspending late payment fees and waiving deposits for those who disconnected and want to rejoin. Chris is part of a Facebook group called Delmarva Power Victims. We have a hyperlink to that and the full statement from Delmarva Power on our website at coasttv.com. Live in our newsroom, Brendan Conroy, CoastTV News.
Thank you, Brendan. Delaware legislators are working to help people struggling to pay their bills. State lawmakers introduced a House bill that would give financial assistance to those making a moderate household income. The bill would also allocate more funding to the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program. But not all lawmakers think this is the right move.
We don't need to have to come up with a new funding source. It's already there through our RGGI, what we're paying on our monthly bills. Therefore, I came up with SB 64 to convert that money back to the ratepayers.
Now that's one take. Some Delawareans we spoke with support the bill, saying it's needed now more than ever. Anyone who gets assistance will also be required to participate in energy savings and efficiency programs. And at a Public Service Commission meeting last week, those high power bills were front and center. We learned that a rate increase in Delaware was approved in April 2024 is contributing to those high bills. And that's not all. On June 1st of this year, new bid prices will take effect, adding around 7.5% increase. The Public Service Commission claims these prices are competitive and consistent with market conditions, but they're the highest auction prices Delaware has ever seen. New tonight, State Senator Brian Pettyjohn pointing to the recently closed Indian River power plant seen here from our Coast Copter as the reason Delaware needs a diverse energy portfolio. Pettyjohn says this plant generated 410 megawatts. He says Delaware's 10,000 solar installations only make 241 megawatts of energy. Pettyjohn saying he and his caucus are for solar energy, but lawmakers should not pass legislation that makes it impossible for coal-powered plants like Indian River to operate without profit. Pettyjohn saying, quote, all forms of energy generation are needed for a reliable and sustainable grid, end quote. We've done a lot of reporting on Delmarva Power bills and the legislative action, and you can find all of that on our website and our apps right now. We're going to take a live look into Dover, and our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us for a look at our weather.
It's all about the temperatures and how things have kind of rebounded and bounced back, believe it or not. As you take a look at our temperature trend, we were trending on the cool side of things. That's what all the blue was about here. We were well below, even as far as 23 degrees below the norm. Then for the last 3 days in a row, we've been, actually exceeding expectations in a major way. In fact, take a look at today alone, for example. We warmed to 67 degrees. The average or the norm is about 50. We got up to 67. 70 is the record that was set in 2000. We were only 3 degrees away from tying a record high, and it was warm like that across the entire Delmarva Peninsula. Coming up, we're going to stay a little warm before we go back into the tank. We'll talk about that in full detail coming up.
Thank you, Paul. And troopers say 2 teenagers robbed a 15-year-old here in Millsboro. According to police, the victim was texting who he thought was his cousin through a social media app to meet up with him and sell him sweatshirts. Police say 2 18-year-olds arrived, and one of them, victim with a gun, stole the sweatshirts. They have since been arrested. Hey, Fenwick Island, quiet down. On Friday's Fenwick Island Town Council is looking to clarify noise regulations. As CoastTV News reporter Kevin Sapay shows us what's at stake and how much it could cost you.
If you're planning to put down your speaker and play some music, you better make sure it's during the right time and not too loud.
As it's called, the quiet community, to keep it kind of in line with that is not a bad thing at all.
On Friday, the Fenwick Island Council will discuss new rules when it comes to noise regulations in Fenwick Island. According to the mayor, this comes after requests from locals for clearer rules when it comes to noise levels in town. So exactly what changes are they looking to make? The town's considering expanding quiet hours. Right now they run from midnight to 8 a.m., but the new proposal would start earlier, beginning at 10 p.m. And decibel levels are to be restricted to a maximum of 65 decibels during non-quiet hours and 55 decibels during quiet hours. Local Terry Aylesworth thinks having these measures is a great idea and hopes to keep Fenwick Island more on the quiet side, unlike Ocean City.
When you go down there, or if you try and sit on the beach or do anything, the noise sometimes is just unbelievable. This is definitely the quiet community, and I think everybody really likes it.
To measure the decibels, police will have an app on their phones that will detect how loud certain areas are. And if it's above the maximum level, you may receive a knock on your door and be greeted with a $200 fine. The Fenwick Island Council will have their second and final reading on Friday to see if these new regulations become official. I'm Kevin Zapay in Fenwick Island, CoastTV News.
But that's not all Fenwick is considering tomorrow. One is a discussion and vote regarding the type of parking tags given to property owners. Another is a proposal for business owners to purchase half-price parking passes. It would be from 4 to 10 p.m. in parking places designated by the town. Council meets at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Anyone who has been to the store and seen egg prices, they're super high, and it's actually helping some local farms. Water Girl Farms in Lincoln, Delaware sells a dozen organic eggs for $7 a dozen. Sassafras Farmstead in Georgetown sells a dozen eggs for $6. 12 organic eggs go from $6 to $11 at national chains. Owners of both farms say they've seen a major uptick in calls from new customers eager to support a local business.
We can react quicker to the supply and demand than the commodities can. The commodity pricing is typically driven off the commodities market, where we're not driven off of a commodity market. We're driven off of what our customers will bear.
The USDA says prices could rise an additional 41% this year. Scam calls, text, and voicemails. You've probably received them. I know I have. And today, Delaware State Police told CoastTV they've recently seen an increase in those scams, some even impersonating local theaters. Locals say it's nonstop.
We do not use any other platform to buy tickets other than eTix. If it is not from eTix, it is not from us. If there is not a seat number on the ticket, that is not real.
Delaware State Police says to never click links from unexpected text and emails. This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know if you're getting more scams recently. So far, just over 80% of you said a lot more than usual. And if you haven't voted yet, you can still vote at coasttv.com or on our mobile app. And we are just getting started here on Coast TV News at 11. Fire burning for days. Ellendale Fire Company says not to be alarmed. But first, building success, we'll show you how an inspiring story of how La Plaza, Delaware helped one business owner do just that.
Well, be sure you enjoy Friday, 55 for the high. Enjoy Saturday, 64 for the high, because by Sunday we tank majorly. A high of only 38 degrees, but not just for the Bay forecast, but the entire peninsula. Details on that coming up.
What if your morning was just easier? At Wawa,
Good morning.
it is. With everything you need to get your day moving. Hi. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
There's only one place to go for your next vehicle. IG Burton Lewis Auto Mall. Trusted since 1908 for our expert team, massive selection, and our unbeatable prices. Drive new Buick Envistas for $199 a month. Or get up to $13,000 off new Silverados. Visit us today. And remember,
nobody beats a Burton deal. Nobody.
Nobody beats an IG Burton deal.
Why settle for any meal deal when you can have one you really want? Wawa's $5 Big Breakfast Deal gets you any Sizzly breakfast sandwich, any size hot or iced coffee, and a hash brown, all for just $5. Now featuring our new French Toast Sizzly. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
La Plaza Delaware is a nonprofit organization. It's dedicated to creating opportunities, to building business skills, and even increasing prosperity for Latino and minority-owned businesses. In this week's Coastal Connections, Telemundo Delmarva and Coast TV News reporter Ana Sofia Roman tells us the story of one business owner who started with a single class at La Plaza Delaware.
Imer de Leon, or originally from Guatemala, launched his construction business 3 years ago after taking La Plaza Delaware's first business course.
We got the little push that we needed to be able to do things and do things the right way.
De Leon says he's put everything he learned into practice, not just for his business, but also to run his father's landscaping company.
They teach you about how, banking, what accounts, how to manage your money, how to go to a client and give them an invoice, give them an estimate, convert it to an invoice, and then be able to get more customers.
Mary DuPont, executive director of La Plaza Delaware, says the organization now has about 60 businesses enrolled in its courses and a network of about 400 businesses under its spin-off, the Delaware Alliance of Latino Entrepreneurs, also known as DALE.
It just makes my heart, feel good to see their success and to see how they've taken the information and used it in a way. But it's even more than information. It's the hard work and the resilience. That's what really impresses me.
For De Leon, taking that first course was a life-changing decision, leaving the safety of a job he loved to pursue the dream of his own business.
I was the maintenance property manager there at St. Michael the Archangel, Mary Mother of Peace Catholic Church. And taking the business class, it just opened my eyes to what I was, capable of doing and what I could become.
De Leon says the guidance he received has helped him turn his vision into a thriving business.
La Plaza has taught us the skills and help us make the connections that we need to be able to open a business and continue to grow a business.
One of De Leon's goals for this year is to continue growing his business and start doing commercial construction. In Lewis, Ana Sofia Roman, Coast TV News.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
Shower your home with love with a new bath from Baths by Spicer Brothers. Our factory-trained experts can transform your space into one you'll love in as little as 1 day.
And with our price match guarantee and our done right guarantee, you can have peace of mind knowing your new bath or shower will last a lifetime. Right now, get 50% off installation, plus take advantage of no interest and no payments until 2026.
Call to schedule your free in-home consultation. Baths by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
Coverage on the road, along the coast, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town, the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep.
It's time, America. Time to break out the red, the white, and blue oval. The President's Day sales event is here with great offers on powerful, capable Ford SUVs and Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks. There's huge inventory and great selection at your local Ford dealer. Want more? How about this special offer? Get $3,000 cash back on Bronco and Bronco Sport, plus up to $2,000 Conquest cash for Jeep owners.
Tomorrow at 4 on Coast Life, a local garden program is growing. See how their fundraiser will give more kids the chance to plant, learn, and take home fresh veggies. Plus, meet our adorable pet of the week. Tomorrow at 4 on Coast TV.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-263-0608. That's 1-800-263-0608 or go to vacutrim.com.
NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on Coast TV.
We first brought you this story on Sunday, a fire from the Cypress Estates housing project. Crews have responded multiple times, but the site is now under Denrick's management. Air monitoring is underway, and officials say the smoke has traveled as far as the Bay Health Sussex campus. There's no need to call 911. Denrick is actively overseeing the situation.
Well, tonight we're going to fall back into the 40s, which is still about 9 to 10 degrees below the norm for this time of the year, which is 50 degrees. But it's still relatively mild. Partly cloudy skies for the rest of the night. We'll drop down to 40 in Millsboro and Milton, 41 Georgetown, 40 degrees for us actually in Willard for the overnight low. Now, as far as our storyline is concerned, we're going to become a little bit chilly for tonight, and we're going to feel that with temperatures in the 40s. So I don't quite call it, I say cool to chilly, not cold. Friday, we recover nicely with sunshine, pleasant, breezy, and actually in the 50s. So that's how Friday's going to work out. Now with the winds, Friday by 4 o'clock, we're looking at the winds becoming more zonal directly out of the west and moving towards the east at about 20 mile per hour gusts. But then they'll really pick up momentum on Saturday. 37 mile per hour gusts expected in Bethany Beach, 32 mile per hour wind gusts expected Ocean City, 29 mile per hour wind gusts for us in Rehoboth Beach, and 34 miles per hour for us in Georgetown, and then shifting out of the northwest by early Sunday. Now, with the winds, you got to be mindful, only 3 mile per hour winds can, blow a leaf, but you might want to hold on to your trash can because that's when we're looking at 28 mile per hour winds at the very least, pushing things out of the way. So just kind of be mindful of that if you're going to have anything out and about for us on Saturday. Now, for Saturday morning, we start off at about 44 to 45 degrees, generally speaking, in all these areas, 44 in Lewis and Milton, 43 the starting point in Georgetown. We go into the afternoon, winds be shifting out of the northwest, and to the 50s we go with increasing cloud cover for Saturday. And then Saturday evening, we stay in the 40s. The most southern portions of our viewing area, we're looking at 54 degrees in Ocean Pines, 54 actually in Ocean City as well, and then 1 degree warmer than that along portions of Berlin, Newark, as well as Snow Hill with the winds out of the south. So it's a relatively mild feel. But by Saturday evening, and it's going to be a changeover, Saturday evening we'll have temperatures falling into the 40s, and a bit of a cutting chill will kick in for us with the winds out of the northwest. So with that being the case, here's what we're expecting as far as our forecast is concerned. For tonight, we're going to drop down to 40 degrees, pretty solid. Scattered clouds, not quite as cold, with the winds primarily pushing out of the west between 8 to 14 miles per hour. Then for tomorrow, we're looking for it to jump to 55 degrees. Remember, 50 is the baseline for this time of the year, so it's still going to be 5 degrees above the norm. So it's still warm. It's just nice, but not so warm. Now, we're going to go straight to warm, okay, well above the norm for us for Saturday, 64. Temperatures are going to surge, and winds are pushing out of the southwest at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Finally, here's a look at the extended forecast. Friday's cool, Saturday's even better. Sunday, back to reality we go. Cold, because we're going to drop from 44 all the way down to 22, okay, going into Saturday and Sunday. But then we'll rebound nicely by the time we get to Tuesday with another round of wet weather for next Wednesday.
The Ocean Pines Association is launching a Good Neighbor program to celebrate community members and property owners who go the extra mile. Each month, the OPA Communications Committee will review nominations and recommend one person for recognition. That includes a gift, a photo with the board president, and a shout out. In Lewis, lodging tax was discussed today in the city. Hotels already pay the state an 8% tax, according to the Lewis City Charter. The City Council has the ability to charge up to 3% for this type of lodging tax. The current 2% proposal is short of that, but higher than the current 0%. If it does move forward, the city says the money would be used to support public services. Some hotels in Lewis say they have concerns.
I just don't think it's necessary because there are a lot of new hotels out on Route 1, 24. I mean, so we're competing with them. And I always fight for my guests. I mean, I don't like to raise, prices that much because eventually I think you're going to lose them.
If this tax does go into effect, any reservations made before April 1st are exempt. In your entertainment news, movie news, and more, here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
Limited role in 7.
Rumors of Lucasfilm leader Kathleen Kennedy's departure may be premature. A source tells CNN there's nothing there right now regarding reports of her retirement. No comments from Lucasfilm or Disney. Kennedy has been president of Lucasfilm for 12 years, overseeing the newest Star Wars trilogy and the franchise's expansion into streaming.
It's an epic journey across Earth's great supercontinent, our home.
The unmistakable voice of Tom Hanks guides us through the wildlife documentary series, The Americas. Executive producer Mike Gunton says the Oscar winner was part of his original vision.
Written in my notebook, I had Tom Hanks to narrate this. I didn't actually say that in the pitch, but that was what even back then, I thought he was the right person. He is. He's the voice of America. He's the voice of all of us.
Every day, I get to wake up in the best place on earth. Holland, Michigan.
This charming Dutch town in the upper Midwestern U.S. may not be as picture-perfect as it seems in the first trailer for Holland. Nicole Kidman, Matthew Macfadyen, and Gael Garcia Bernal star in the twisted, tulip-filled thriller, which plants itself on Prime Video March 27th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Coming up in sports, a sit-down with UMES men's basketball head coach Cleo Hill as he describes his experience coaching at an HBCU. Hiring air traffic controllers, what the Department of Transportation is doing to boost hires.
Well, now that it's not so cold, we can actually talk about a golf forecast. Listen, we're going to stay a bit on the cloudy side, and let's just call it fair, okay? But there's going to be an all-day kind of a chill feeling with the temperatures only in the 50s, although that's a little bit above the norm for this time of the year. But it's not actually going to be really warm golf weather, but you know what? For the crazy folks, it'll do.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
Hi y'all, it's April from Coast Country, and every Tuesday I get the honor of highlighting an amazing teacher right here on Delmarva with Teacher Feature. If you know a teacher who deserves some extra love, those who go above and beyond every day, head to coastcountry.com and nominate them today. Then tune in each Tuesday to hear their story. Teacher Feature right here every Tuesday at 11 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. Sponsored by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning and Vernon Powell Shoes.
You push it. You try to hold them shut, but your doors won't stay closed no matter what. Introducing Ruby Monkey Magnets. Ultra-thin magnetic plates that will keep your doors and drawers shut. Just peel to reveal the super strong adhesive. Place the monkey, then the magnet, and close. Installation is that simple, and now you have a door that will stay shut. The secret is the ultra-strong industrial magnet's powerful attraction that holds tight. Monkey magnets work on most surfaces and are perfect for cabinets, dresser drawers, sliding closet doors, and more. Even your outdoor problems are solved in an instant because they're corrosion and rust resistant. Call or go online now to get 8 sets of monkey magnets for only $9.99. Due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get monkey magnets at this low price. There is a strict limit of 1 house pack per order. Call now.
Call 1-800-453-9032. That's 1-800-453-9032. Call or visit getmonkeymagnets.com. So call 1-800-453-9032 now.
Water, nature's ultimate cleaner. We drink it, we bathe in it. Think water, think steam, think clean. Now harness the power of water with the H2O X5 5-in-1 steam cleaning system.
I'm so impressed with the X5.
It's an all-in-one product, so I can use it throughout my entire house.
It's cleaning, it's sanitizing, there's no chemicals in it. It's just steam.
This is unbelievable. There is no more odor.
You could spend over $500 to purchase the products that the X5 5-in-1 Miracle replaces. Order your H2O X5 steam cleaning system, a $500 value, for just 4 easy payments of $43. Order now and we'll upgrade your X5 package. We'll add a 6th mode with a dusting and polishing wand. Valued at over $30, this extra bonus attachment makes your H2O X5 the H2O X6. That means your 10-piece system becomes a 12-piece system at no extra cost to you. All for just 3 easy payments of $43. Call or click right now.
The Department of Transportation is planning to supercharge the hiring of air traffic controllers to solve an ongoing staffing shortage. To attract new people to the profession, the agency will also cut down its 8-step hiring process to 5 steps. The DOT says it will expect this speed up hiring by shaving more than 4 months off the old hiring process. The new hiring window launched Thursday and ends March 17th. The announcement comes as more attention has been drawn to air traffic controllers after a string of aviation incidents. In politics, House Speaker Mike Johnson says he's figuring out logistics when asked about a possible meeting between Elon Musk and House Republicans. According to Speaker Johnson, details on timing and who would be present at said meeting are still being sorted out.
We're trying to figure out logistics, but he's anxious to share what he's finding, and a lot of the things he's told me in our private meetings, I said, we have to make sure all the members understand the degree of the fraud, waste, and abuse and how egregious it is.
Congress has adopted a new resolution that will end the Biden administration's methane fee. The Senate passed the measure today. The fee was a part of the Inflation Reduction Act. It required some oil and natural gas companies to pay a fee based on the amount of methane they released into the atmosphere. On Wednesday, the House passed a similar natural gas tax resolution to end the EPA's rule. President Donald Trump is expected to sign it into law. New layoffs under the Trump administration have hit the National Oceanic Administration NOAA, According to an administration official, NOAA has let go of approximately 5% of its staff today. NOAA's website claims to have workforce of about 12,000 staff worldwide, which means we're looking at a job cuts of around 600 positions. The National Weather Service and National Hurricane Center are arguably the most prominent branches of NOAA. On Thursday, the Vatican said Pope Francis' condition is improving, but his prognosis is still unclear for now. Doctors will need more days of clinic stability to give the medical update. All the popes described his condition as complex rather than critical. He continued to receive oxygen therapy today and had no visitors. In the morning, he did receive physical therapy, alternating with rest. Later, he prayed at the hospital chapel.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Last night, UMES men's and women's basketball pulled off their first doubleheader sweep of the season. But for many of the athletes on the floor last night, their time in Princess Anne is deeper than basketball. UMES is one of 107 historically black colleges and universities in the United States. And as we near the end of Black History Month, DSN's Kayla Santiago sat down with UMES coaches and players to talk about their experience.
It's been great. It's my first HBCU experience kind of up north, but it's been the same message, to really get behind the student athletes, behind all of the student athletes in athletics. And I think for me, having 11 new players, and maybe 2 of them attended HBCU in the past, so I think the culture has resonated with them as well.
And now to the high school boys basketball state playoffs. Smyrna defeated Conrad on the road 74-57. Chase Sullivan led the Eagles with 27 points. They advanced to the quarterfinals for the first time since the 2020-21 season. They'll take on 4th-seeded St. George's Tech this weekend, with the date and time to be determined. To stay up to date on all the playoff action in Maryland and Delaware, download the DSN app and subscribe to DSN Plus. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night, everyone.
We now take a live look into Salisbury, and after the break here on Coast TV News at 11, we have a final check on your forecast.
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
There's only one place to go for your next vehicle. IG Burton Toyota of Dover. Trusted since 1908 for our expert team, massive selection, and our great prices. Lease a new 2025 Toyota Corolla LE for $209 a month, or lease a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma for $229 a month. Visit us today, and remember, everybody loves an IG Burton deal.
Do you have stains in your carpet that won't come out? You need Horsepower Bullshot, the all-new hands-free carpet cleaner and deodorizer. Just spray, and the stain and odor go away. Got pet messes? This black light shows a urine stain is gone in just seconds. The advanced foam action formula penetrates deep to emulsify and neutralize stains and odors. It erases blood stains, makeup, juice, coffee, and more. For older and tougher stains, just give it a little rub and watch as Bullshot works its magic. Red wine spills? They're no problem for Bullshot. And watch up close as burnt bacon grease stains are obliterated right before your very eyes. Get Horsepower Bullshot for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get yours. And there's a strict limit of 3 at this low, low price. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-693-6210 or visit buybullshot.com. So call 1-800-693-6210 or visit buybullshot.com now.
Stay tuned to get a free automatic toilet bowl cleaner from Mermaid. Your sink stopper's broken, and fixing a drain is a pain. Introducing Mermaid Drain Magic, the instant solution to most broken drains. Just remove and replace. In seconds, you can fill and drain with a simple press of a button. Drain Magic makes replacing your old, broken, rusty, even missing sink stoppers fast and easy. Drain Magic's anti-clogging basket helps prevent clogs in your sink, catching hair, food, even jewelry. Made with brass and chrome and a silicone gasket, it creates a watertight seal. Order your Mermaid Drain Magic today for only $19.99 and get a Mermaid toilet bowl cleaner absolutely free. Drop it in the tank for up to 3 months of cleaning. But wait, this could be your last chance to get Drain Magic at this low price with free toilet bowl cleaner. There's a strict limit of 3, so order now.
Call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com. So call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com now.
If you're looking to book a short-term rental in a residential area or mobile home in Ocean City for a weekend, you may soon be out of luck. Next week, council members will decide whether or not short-term rentals in Ocean City should have a 5-day minimum stay. Right now, there is no minimum. This new proposal will be going to its second and final reading Monday night.
Well, we want to first of all congratulate Jack Kowalski of Lewis. Congratulations, you're our new winner with the umbrella giveaway. And by the way, folks, Sam, well, how do you win? You can still enter. Just simply go to our website and you can enter for the umbrella giveaway. We're still giving away those great umbrellas, by the way. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line, 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away, sponsored by the law offices of Brockstedt, Mandalis, and Federico. And as we take a look at your exclusive Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling 10-day forecast, a couple of things I want to keep in mind for you. Just take note of, first of all, 55 for Friday, up to 64 degrees on Saturday. But then we're zapped back to reality because we're going to go back to being cold in a major, typical winter kind of fashion for Sunday and Monday before we rebound nicely back into the 60s and 50s and 60s for Tuesday and Wednesday, and watching out for rain on Wednesday.
Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you tomorrow morning for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.